For centuries, every species in the galaxy believed one thing was unshakable: space itself. Distances were law. Even with the fastest warp engines, journeys took weeks. Wormholes collapsed, quantum gates failed, and no empire could escape the weight of time and distance. Borders, defenses, entire civilizations were built on that simple truth: that space could not be cheated. Then humanity arrived. They didn't just bend the rule, they shattered it. Their invention wasn't warp, wasn't jump, wasn't gate technology. It was something else. They called it the blink drive, an engine that didn't travel through space at all. 1 second a ship was orbiting Earth. The next, it was circling a star 4 light-years away. No warning, no distortion, just there. And in that instant, the galaxy realized their greatest certainty had just become their greatest fear: the burden of distance. Travel defined galactic civilization. The union of races managed to stitch together thousands of species only through wormhole gates. Even then, the gates collapsed, stranding entire fleets. Warp travel, while safer, meant slow weeks through radiation storms and pirate-infested lanes. Every empire accepted that space itself imposed limits. Their navies were built on the assumption that enemies could only arrive at predictable choke points. The stability of civilizations rested on the unyielding weight of time and distance. But humans never seemed satisfied with rules that bound everyone else. Their scientists didn't ask how fast ships could travel. They asked, why travel at all? If you knew where you wanted to be, why not just be there? Out of that reckless question came the first prototype, a compact engine powered not by thrust, but by manipulation of quantum entanglement and space-time anchors. They called it the blink drive, and at first, no one believed it worked. The first blink. The demonstration was simple but unforgettable. A Terran research ship lifted off from Earth orbit under the watch of hundreds of alien observers. Coordinates were locked: Proxima Centauri, 4.24 light-years away. To the audience, it looked like the ship simply vanished. No flash, no distortion. 3 minutes later, confirmation arrived from Proxima's listening posts. The ship was there, orbiting the red star as if it had always been. The observers were stunned. A voyage that normally took weeks by warp had been reduced to a blink. For the first time, distance wasn't just shortened, it was erased. The galaxy had just witnessed the impossible, and they were terrified. Military implications. Every admiral in the galaxy understood instantly what this meant. Fortresses, minefields, defense grids, all designed to repel ships approaching at sublight or warp speeds, were useless. A blink-capable fleet could appear anywhere, anytime, with no warning. No border would hold. No fleet could prepare. The Krell Dominion, one of the most aggressive empires, tested this vulnerability immediately. A Krell battleship was patrolling deep within their own territory, confident in their unbreachable shields. A Terran corvette blinked into existence directly behind it. Shields were irrelevant. The human vessel was already inside. It broadcast one message: we could have destroyed you. Then it blinked away. No shots fired, no damage done, but the point was made. The galaxy realized humans didn't just build a weapon, they built the ultimate strategic advantage.
The shadows between yet. Humanity never mass-produced the blink drive. They restricted it to research and limited military testing. When alien diplomats demanded an explanation, humans remained vague. They admitted that every blink came with a price. Pilots reported strange phenomena, hallucinations, whispers in their own languages, shapes watching from the void. Some ships never returned. Others returned intact. But without their crews, classified reports, later leaked, suggested something disturbing. During a blink, ships didn't move through hyperspace or wormholes. Instead, they entered a state outside known physics, a place without time or distance. Pilots described it as a corridor of shadows. Some said they weren't alone in that place. Something was watching, something patient, something that noticed the intruders. The official Terran statement was chilling. The void is not empty. We walk paths no one else dares. Do not follow. Fear in the Council. The Galactic Council convened an emergency session. If humans had mastered instantaneous travel, then no planet, no fleet, no world was safe. The Union debated sanctions, blockades, even preemptive strikes. But cooler heads prevailed. If humans could blink into the heart of their capital at will, a war would be suicide. Instead, the Union chose containment. They banned research into human quantum entanglement methods. They outlawed private attempts to reverse engineer captured drives. Still, rumors spread that black labs in the Zerine Republic and Krell Dominion were attempting to copy the technology. None succeeded. Every stolen prototype ended in catastrophic failure. Ships lost, labs destroyed, test subjects vanishing mid-experiment. The more they probed, the more they understood. Blink Drive wasn't just a machine, it was a door. And not all doors should be opened. Whispers of the Blink pilots who returned from Blink missions reported visions. Some saw dead relatives. Others heard alien voices offering bargains. A few described vast shapes moving just beyond the edges of perception, as if the Blink corridors were inhabited. Terran psychiatrists classified these as psychological side effects of the transition. But off-record, some admitted that too many details were consistent across different pilots from different cultures. Something was real in there. The most unsettling case was the Artemis incident. The Artemis, a human destroyer, blinked into orbit of Vega, but its crew were gone. The ship was pristine, systems untouched. In the captain's quarters, one message was burned into the desk surface. In the captain's handwriting, we were not alone. Human restraint unlike the Krell or Zerine, who would have used the Blink Drive to dominate the galaxy, humans exercised restraint. They didn't expand their empire overnight. They didn't conquer. Instead, they limited blinks to defensive actions and emergencies. They demonstrated power only when provoked, reminding rivals of the consequences. Many species asked, why show such restraint? Why not rule the stars? The answer, whispered among diplomats, was that the humans themselves feared their own invention. They had unlocked something dangerous, and while they could survive its use, they didn't dare wield it recklessly. A balanced reality in time, the galaxy adjusted. Blink-capable ships remained rare, mostly symbolic deterrents. Human trade routes still relied on warp and wormhole travel, reassuring neighbors. Yet the mere existence of the Blink Drive changed everything. Borders became less rigid. Wars grew. Fewer. Empires hesitated before challenging humanity, not out of submission, but because the risk was too high. The balance wasn't built on conquest. It was built on fear, respect, and uncertainty. Humanity had proven its ingenuity, but also its willingness to hold back for the greater good. Whether that restraint came from wisdom, fear of the void, or both, no one knew.